Hey, what is going on guys, it's Tharshey and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to be looking at the best build for Dwalin in Lord of the Rings Rise to War. So hope you guys do enjoy this video, and if you do, please do drop a like, comment and subscribe to the channel. Just before we get into the video, I just want to do a quick disclaimer to say that in all these commander build videos, I am assuming that you have your commanders at level 50 and respect level 5. The reason for this is you get 50 points from your level, you get 5 points from your respect level, and your respect 5 ensures that you have all your commander skills open. Anyway, let's get straight into the video. Okay guys, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have a look at the army comp that I use on Dwalin. Obviously this will change depending on what troops you have available, which troops you've upgraded, as well as what troops your equipment buffs, etc. But I'm just going to show you guys my build. So for Dwalin, as you can see over here, let me just click on this. And as you can see, I basically run 4,000 Dwarven Guardians and I run 1,750 March Wardens. So this is because I am playing LOTR, so March Wardens are really good damage dealing units, you know, they never miss, etc. And Dwarven Guardians are very tanky and they're just a perfect meat shield and front line. Obviously, if next season, for example, I will be playing probably Dwarven faction, so basically Erebor, and then I'll be using stuff like Master Throwers with Dwarven T4s. So it just depends on what you have. But yeah, that's the army comp I use, which is 4,000 Dwarven Guardians and 1,750 March Wardens. Anyway, let's get into his equipment next. So if I click on Commander and I quick click on Dwalin, so unfortunately I don't really have any purple equipment to put on him. But basically, for your equipment, what you're going to want to do is you're going to try focus on equipment that gives you might. And the reason for this is Dwalin is a warrior type commander for one, and two, all his skills are damage dealing. So you're going to want to try and make sure that Dwalin has the highest might possible so that he deals the most damage in battles. So just for showing you my equipment, for example, I have an Orc Scimitar, so this gives him plus 15 might, plus 22 speed, and physical damage ignores 5% of target's defense, so that's pretty nice. And that's for the first 4 rounds. Next I have leather armor on him, which gives him plus 20 might, which is the whole reason I put this on him. That 20 might, that 15 might, those are the reasons I have these equipment on him. And then I have the old case, which gives him plus 30 might, which is really great. So all your equipment that you're going to want to have on him is going to want to be might based. Like, you're going to want to try up his might as much as possible. Though obviously if you're using purple or gold equipment, then you know, try use stuff with good effects as well, and stuff that buffs whichever army you're using. So if you've got like a full Dwarven army, try use Dwarven equipment like you know, for example, the Watermark, which gives might and gives army defense to dwarves, which will help him out over there. Anyway, let's have a look at his skills next. So skills, and this is a bit like you could change this depending, but I will give you the reasoning behind my skill build and why I think this is one of the best builds for him. So basically the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to max out his Warrior of the Lonely Mountain. So this gives him army physical damage received minus 15%. And so basically Dwalin, as a damage dealing commander, you need his army to survive, you know, all 10 rounds or whatever of the battle, so that he can deal as much damage as possible. Plus, just receiving less damage is a good thing, okay? No one wants to take more damage than they have to. If you can get away with taking no damage, I'm sure everyone would go for that as well. So Warrior of the Lonely Mountain gives him minus 15% physical damage received to his army, which is perfect. And against evil factions, this skill becomes even more worthwhile. And that's because its max level effect is burn damage received by army is minus 50%. So if you're fighting evil factions, you're going to be going up against a lot of alchemists and other units that deal burn damage. So it's going to be very good for you. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, Warrior of the Lonely Mountain is the first thing you're going to max out at 15 out of 15. Minus 15% physical damage and max level minus 50% burn damage, which is more effective against evil factions. Next thing you're going to max out is his top skill here, Longbeard. And this is because Commander physical damage ignores 50% of target's defense. So what this means is whether you're fighting, doesn't matter what you're fighting, if you're fighting a unit that has 100 defense, you're only going to be taking 50 defense into account when Dwalin is attacking, because the commander's physical damage will ignore 50% of that target's defense. So if you're versing a unit with 200 defense, you only have to worry about 100 defense. The other 100 is ignored completely due to the skill. So yeah, definitely max this out because your commander, this build is for your commander damage, so being able to ignore target's defense and deal more damage is obviously very good. Next, you're going to max out Durin's Blood. So Durin's Blood is a commander skill which does 35% skill damage during combat. So basically it just ups all the damage of your skills by 35%, and the max level effect gives you more might, which obviously is a good thing since we're trying to upgrade his might. So Durin's Blood is the third thing you're going to want to max out. Next, you're going to max out both his trees, so Whirlwind and All In, and this is because these are two nice damage skills. Whirlwind does 300% physical damage against 2 enemy targets. It does prioritize melee units. And All In does against 1 enemy target, it deals 750% physical damage. The only thing is it reduces the next damage dealt by Dwalin by 50%, but still that is 750% physical damage. Obviously if you have a very high might stat, that's going to make a ton of damage. So you're going to want to max out both of those. So you're going to have used 15 points on War of the Lonely Mountains, 15 points on Durin's Blood, that's 30, another 7, 14, 21 on these 3 side skills, so that is 51 skill points. So I only have 57, so I put the next 6 skill points, 5 into Experienced Warrior. Experienced Warrior just increases your commander's normal attack damage by 4% for every level. Max level effect is damage against melee units plus 10, which is nice, though unfortunately I don't have enough skill points for this, and neither will you to max it out, so you can just do that. And then I put 1 point into Hunt Down. The reason I did this was I was just testing really to see, after command attacks against enemy target, damage dealt plus 1.6%, effect modified by my stat for 2 rounds up to 2 stacks. I just wanted to see how effective that was, and it's just 1 point. If you want, you can take that 1 point out of that and put it into Experienced Warrior, or you could just leave it in there, or you can even distribute it a little more equally, so like 3 or 4 points in Experienced Warrior, 2 points there. It's up to you. And as you get more points from high respect levels, etc., you're going to want to just continue putting it into Experienced Warrior and Hunt Down. If you max both of those out, I guess you could go for Collaboration. It's up to you, but yeah, this is the build I like. So for damage, I have Durin's Blood, modifying my damage skills and making them even stronger. For actual damage, I have Whirlwind and I have All In, and his normal attacks are also a bit stronger due to Experienced Warrior, and Hunt Down just adds a little bit extra damage in there. Warrior of the Lonely Mountain helps my army to take less physical damage, and in case of fighting bad factions, which I literally haven't done this season because I've only been fighting good factions as LOTR. So yeah, this wasn't as effective for me, but against bad factions, minus 50% burn damage, and Longbeard helps your commander ignore target's defense. So yeah, that is the skill build that I recommend for Dwalin. If you are versing PvE, then so if any of you guys are looking for a PvE build, I mean it's pretty self-explanatory for that, but just in case, just go Musician, max that out, go Level-Headed, max that out, go Relief, max that out, Warrior of the Lonely Mountain, max that out of course, and Giant Slayer, max that out, because I'm assuming Balrogs count as large units, so someone just confirm that for me down below in the comment section, but if it does, then that's going to help you out a lot. So yeah, that's basically your PvE build. Anyway, let's just go and do a quick overview of this video. So first things first, army for Dwalin. So the army that I use is 4,000 Dwarven Guardians, 1,750 Marsh Wardens. Depending on what you have unlocked and what you have upgraded, as well as what gear you have, you can use a different army. If you have gear that's all Dwarven focused, then use like Master Throwers or something with him instead. But since I am Lothlorian and I do have amazing T4s, I am using them with him. As for his armor, try and get gear that focuses on upgrading his might stat. The higher his might stat, the more damage he will be doing with these skills. And also, obviously, I only have blue gear available for me to use. I could put this purple gear, but it just does less might. So yeah, I'm just trying to up his might as much as once. Plus, I'm gonna use that to strengthen something else. But might gear, obviously, if you have good effects because you have purple or legendary gear, then go for that as well. But yeah, try to upgrade his might as fast as possible with your gear. Skill wise, you're gonna want to have 15 points in Warrior of the Lonely Mountain, 15 in Durin's Blood, 7 in both Whirlwind and All In, 7 in Longbeard because that will help you ignore target's defense. Warrior of the Lonely Mountain is physical damage received, you'll take less, as well as burn damage if you're fighting evil factions. Druid's Blood makes both Whirlwind and All-In 35% more effective because it ups skill damage by 35%. Your extra points you can just throw into Experienced Warrior and Hunt Down. Though if you are fighting evil factions, I would say definitely throw it into Giant Slayer, because that'll give you 6 points into Giant Slayer, which is 6 out of 7, and will up your damage against large units. And yeah, large units against evil factions, because evil factions use a lot of trolls, so it'll help you a lot against dealing damage against trolls. So yeah, hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please do drop a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to on those post notifications. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video.